Hey, what's up, guys? Spencer Rhodes here. So, Negan has had an interesting role lately on The Walking Dead. He was locked up and he was being let out so that he could do things like plant crops and everything. But I mean, most people they're always going to hold the things he did against him, like killing Glenn and Abraham and everyone that died during the war. And people are still going to hold those things against Negan. I mean, especially the ones that were there and the ones that remember and everything. But Negan was trying to help Lydia and defend her from some people that were attacking her, and he ended up accidentally getting someone killed, so he had to run away. And then he was with this kid named Brandon, who was also from Alexandria, but he turned out to be a psychopath and murdered a family of people, so Negan killed him. So Negan knew that he pretty much couldn't go back to Alexandria. I mean, they wouldn't take him back. They'd probably execute him. So he ends up going to the Whisperers and saying that, I want to join you people. And he pledges his allegiance to Alpha. Now, I believe that he's not really wanting to be a Whisperer. He actually has a plan of his own. I mean, for those of you that have read the comics, you know what I'm talking about. But he's still having a pretty interesting part in the show, and a lot of fans are wondering about the future of the character. The future of the character, I mean, how much longer will Negan be on the show? What will his character do in the future? It's really hard to it's really hard to figure out. I mean, if you go by the comics, he just fights during the Whisper War, and then they banish him. And then pretty much the ending of his character is Maggie going up to him and him begging her to kill him and her not doing it. And then he just gets rid of Lucille and walks away as a new man. And that's pretty much his ending. That's pretty much his ending in the comics. But we already got that part with Maggie where she chooses not to kill him. So, I don't know, will Negan's ending be different? Will he be banished from Alexandria? It's hard to imagine with characters like Gabriel and Judith who, they care about Negan to a point. It's hard to imagine Negan just being banished, like them being willing to say goodbye to Negan and never see Negan again, and Negan not being allowed to come back. I mean, he's done some messed up things, but I'm wondering if his story will take a different path from the comics where he's not banished. I really wouldn't mind if they found a way to keep him on the show for a long time, like for seasons and seasons. I just feel like with Rick leaving and Michonne leaving and Maggie's coming back, so that's good. But a character like Negan kind of needs to stick around right now because they're just we've been losing too many characters. So I think that Negan needs to stick around. I mean, he showed up at the end of season 6. I mean, at this point, he's almost one of the longest running characters. He's been on the show for 5 years technically. So I don't know if they're going to give Negan the same exact ending in the comics where, like I said, he just fights in the Whisper War, and then he survives the war, and then he fights Beta once, and then he just gets banished, and that's it. Or maybe during the Whisper War he dies some sort of heroic death, some sort of sacrificial death. Maybe he dies saving Judith or saving Daryl, or he sacrifices himself to a horde of walkers to save everyone else, or he blows himself up somehow to defeat the Whispers. He's able to somehow sacrifice himself to where it ends the Whisper threat. He blows himself up or something, and he's grinning and laughing, and that's like his big final moments, something like that. Could they give Negan an ending like that? Could Negan die in season 11 during the Whisper War? I mean, I think it's possible. I don't want him to. I don't think he's going to die in season 10. It's too early for his character to die. I feel like they're still building him up so much, building up his relationship with Judith and his character development and his story. I think they're still building Negan up, and he will make it to at least season 11. He should at least make it that far, and at least be on the show that long and continue to develop and grow. Plus, I mean, he needs to fight in the Whisper War, so he needs to be in the Whisper War. Maybe they remixed the Whisper War to where he gets some sort of sad death during that war. I don't know. Maybe they give him Andrea's comic death where he gets bitten, but he gets a chance to like lay in bed and say goodbye to everyone. I don't know if there's a lot of people that would care about Negan slowly dying and saying goodbye. So I don't know if comic Andrea's death would be the best fit for Negan. But yeah, I mean, he could die during the Whisper War. I mean, if it were up to me, I would want him to survive the Whisper War, make it to season, 12, 13, 14, continue to grow as a character. And then maybe then at that point he could die. But I don't know. I can't shake off this feeling that we're not going to have Negan for too much longer. We're going to have him in season 11. I know that. I don't know about season 12. Like, I have a feeling Negan's not going to make it to season 12. I'm not even sure if he's going to die. Maybe he just leaves, and maybe he voluntarily leaves because he's like, look, the Whisper War's over, but you guys are never going to forget what I did, with Glenn and Abraham. So I just need to go off and leave and find my own way and then do some soul searching. And that's like, it's kind of like Morgan's ending, where Negan just leaves and he just disappears into the distance. And maybe Judith doesn't even find out until it's too late, so she runs after him, but he's already gone. Maybe that's Negan's ending, something like that. And then his storyline continues in Negan movies, because Jeffrey Dean Morgan keeps talking about how he wants to do Negan movies. He wants to do the prequel, like Negan's backstory. But they could continue Negan's story with movies, just like Rick. They could have Negan leave after the Whisper War and stuff like that, and then he can be in like a Negan movie trilogy or something, where his storyline gets continued, or maybe he gets a spin-off show that's all about him, and he's the main character, and it's about him traveling to new communities and meeting new characters and stuff like that, because he is a popular character, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan could work as a leading actor for a show. But I mean, I'm just throwing out ideas. But yeah, I mean, I would like the character to stay on the show, but who knows? I mean, he might be leaving, so we'll see. Maybe he'll make it to season 12, 13, 14. I'm not even sure if the show is going to last that long, so I really don't know. But we'll see. Anyway, that's all I have for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And as always, don't be shy. Hit that like and subscribe. I'm not going anywhere. I make 1 to 2 Walking Dead videos per day, so please hit that subscribe button. Right now we are at 739 subscribers. My goal is to try to get to 800 in the next few months. So just remember, every subscriber counts, every bit of support matters, and is very, very appreciated. Hopefully we can get to that goal of 800. Anyway, with all that said, I am Spencer Rhodes, and I will see you guys later. Bye.